Hi, boys and girls. I want to read a story to you called Last Day Blues. It's by Julie Danberg and it's illustrated by Judy Love. It says Sarah Jane Hartwell and her class are back, and the kids are looking forward to the last week of school before summer vacation. And look at this picture. They're all on the bus, and the teachers are waving and saying goodbye. Look at the janitor. It says, to Alex, your first day jitters are my last day blues. Good luck, JD. To the Butler School, especially Bruce McDonald and Mrs. Higgins and her class, with gratitude for their generosity and enthusiasm, JL. So this is from the author and the illustrator. On the Monday morning before the Friday, that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell took attendance. She sighed as she called out the last name. I'm going to miss all of you, she said. The kids nodded in agreement. I'm going to miss my friends, said Shannon. I'm going to miss Daisy, said Dan. I'm going to miss chocolate milk and pizza for lunch, said Joe. Everyone felt a little blue thinking about the last day of school, even Daisy. Aw. That afternoon, during recess, the students talked as they hung out on the jungle gym. Mrs. Hartwell said she's going to miss us, said Alexandra, swinging from a bar. We should get a present to cheer her up, said Eddie, hanging upside down by his knees. But what could they get her? There's Eddie. I could give her the rest of my sandwich. It's my mom's bologna special, said Josh, or a coffee cup, or a new pin, the kind with feathers and beads. The students thought and thought, but couldn't come up with a single idea they all agreed on. We'll think of something tomorrow, Eddie assured everyone as they lined up at the drinking fountain. Look at Eddie being a goofball. On the Tuesday before the Friday, that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell read the final page of their last read aloud book. I'm going to miss circle time, said Mrs. Hartwell. I'm going to miss science, said Emily. I'm going to miss seeing Mrs. Hartwell wear safety goggles during science, said Jack, giggling. And so before they all got too sad, Mrs. Hartwell put on her safety goggles one last time, just for fun. We definitely need to cheer Mrs. Hartwell up, said Andy during recess as he jumped out of a swing. Any ideas about a present? Eddie asked. Nope, they all answered back. On the Wednesday before the Friday, that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell brought in her super duper sugar cookies with extra frosting. I'm going to miss snack time, but I can't wait for barbecues by the pool, said Jack. I'm going to miss recess, but I can't wait to play hide and seek outside after dinner, said Alexandra. And then they have their posters of what they're excited to do. Ooh, Egypt, country in Africa. I'll miss school, but I can't wait for summer vacation, said Josh. The class discussed their summer plans and drowned their last day blues with another round of milk and sugar cookies. I don't know whether to be happy or sad today, Andy said the minute they all arrived at the jungle gym. Mrs. Hartwell is sad, said Olivia. She's probably doesn't want the year to end. While we're swimming, she'll be reading her old lesson plans, said Walker. And while we're playing, she'll be trying to remember the fun times we had this year, said Dan. And that's when an idea zip, zapped, and zinged through Eddie's brain. I know exactly what will cheer her up, Eddie said, jumping down from the jungle gym. The class agreed. It was perfect. Oh, I wonder what it was. They didn't tell us yet. On the Thursday before the Friday, that was the last day of school, Eddie raised his hand right after Miss Hartwell started language arts. "We need some privacy, please," he said. And so Mrs. Hartwell took down bulletin boards with her back to the class. She never even peeked. Well, only once. What are they doing? Looks like they're making some kind of drawing on a poster. Hmm. On the morning of the Friday, that was the last day of school, the students dashed into the classroom. They snapped open the shades for the very last time. They did their chores for the very last time. They fed Daisy for the very last time. And as soon as the bell rang, they couldn't wait for Mrs. Hartwell to see her present for the very first time. Oh, there it is. Look how big it is. Wow. Hmm. They're feeding Daisy, writing on the board, putting up the shades. The last day of school makes us so blue. We'll miss recess and pizza and reading too. We'll miss Miss Daisy and cookies and friendship true. Snack time and science and learning new. We'll miss spelling bees for our test review and groundhogs that play peekaboo. The year's been great, a big wahoo! There are many things to miss, it's true, but mostly what we'll miss is you. Aw, look at their pictures. All the kids sign their name to their picture. Maybe some things that they did during the year or just fun pictures that they wanted to draw. Great poem. Later on during recess, Eddie said, "I think Mrs. Hartwell liked her present." "I just hope it helps," Margaret said. "Poor Mrs. Hartwell," they all said sadly as they pictured their final goodbye. Teachers must hate the last day of school. There's the teachers. There's Mrs. Hartwell waving them goodbye. And then it was time. The bell rang. "Goodbye," the students called as they rushed out the door. "Goodbye," Mrs. Hartwell called after them. And then she returned to her empty classroom. "It's just you and me, Daisy," she said. "I'm sure going to miss them this summer. But I can't wait for vacation. Yeah." Oh boy, look at all the teachers having a party. Looks like they're in a conga line, dancing, kicking their feet up and having a good time. Ha! All right, that's the end of the book, and you can see what did Mrs. Hartwell do? Looks like she went on some different adventures at the lake, at the beach. She laid in a hammock. She rode her bike. She did a couple things over the summer. I'm sure she did miss the students, but she also couldn't wait for vacation herself. All right, boys and girls, that's the end of the book. I'm going to do the quiz with you, and then we'll talk. Last Day Blues, created by Miss Alvarado. Can you ace this quiz? Well, let's see, Miss Alvarado. We're going to try. If we can get to it. Oh, you know what? I got to go down here. There we go. All right, Last Day Blues. What sentence from the story best shows that the student's idea was successful? And before they got too sad, Mrs. Hartwell put on her safety goggles. Later on during recess, Eddie said, "I think Mrs. Hartwell liked our present." It's my mom's bologna special," said Josh. The class agreed it was perfect. So what sentence from the story best shows that the student's idea was successful? How do they know that making that poster was successful? Later on during recess, Eddie said, "I think Mrs. Hartwell liked her present." Do you agree, boys and girls? I hope so, because that's the one I'm choosing. Correct. All right, let's go to the next one. Question 2. Everyone, go back. No. Okay, we didn't get to do that one. What is the main message of the story? And I've said this to you before in stories that I've read to you. So what do you think the author was trying to convey? What was the lesson? What was the message? Work hard in school, enjoy the warm weather. Teachers enjoy summer vacation too. Listen to the ideas of others. Now, the first two I wouldn't think is the message. Work hard in school. We know that's what you have to do. And it didn't really talk a lot about Mrs. Hartwell telling them that they really need to do their work because they were winding down to the last day of school. Enjoy the warm weather. Yeah, most people do that anyway. So let's look at the last two. It says teachers enjoy summer vacation too. Listen to the ideas of others. Well, I'm going to say it's the third one. Teachers enjoy summer too. It could be the last one as well because it says listen to the ideas of others. The kids were trying to figure out what ideas to come up with, but they really didn't have one. So Eddie was really the only one who came up with the idea. So I'm going to go with the third one. Correct. All right. I think yeah, there we go. 3 out of 3. Now, I must have clicked something on that second question that I got right, but I'm sorry. I clicked on it and it wouldn't let me go back. So there were only 3 little questions, but those were good questions because those are things that I know Mrs. Radon has talked to you about, learning the message of the story, being able to go back and think about the question and finding the answer back in the text or thinking about it in your mind. So it was just 3 little questions. Now, this is a great story. I found it and I thought it was great. And, we did end the year basically in school in March, but we didn't end learning. We've been learning throughout through YouTube, Microsoft Teams. I've been on Remind. We've done things like that. We have sent you things through the mail. Winners of the Earth Day contest. You've gotten postcards from teachers. I know I've sent postcards to all of you. So boys and girls, I miss you so much, and I'm so sad that it had to end this way. I know you can't see me right now, but I am going to be putting up another video for you, and you will see me. But as for right now in this story, I just thought it was a nice ending to, what we've had to endure because of the virus and having to stay at home. But I hope you enjoyed the book. You will see me very, very soon, I promise. All right, have a good one. Bye.